Imagine a man so wealthy, his generosity shook economies. A king whose pilgrimage to Mecca flooded markets with so much gold that its value collapsed for over a decade. His name? Mansa Musa. But what if we told you the story of Mali's greatness isn't just about one man? Behind the legend was an empire, vast, powerful, and rich beyond imagination. The Mali Empire, stretching across West Africa from the 13th to the 16th century, was more than just the wealth of a single ruler. It was a network of thriving cities, universities, trade routes, and armies that commanded respect across the medieval world. Its story is not just African history, it is world history. Today, we'll journey through the rise, golden age, and enduring legacy of Mali, the empire richer than Mansa Musa himself. The roots of Mali begin in the fall of the Great Ghana Empire. Around the early 1200s, a small Mandinka kingdom led by a crippled prince named Sundiata Keita rose against the powerful Soso. In 1235, at the legendary Battle of Kirina, Sundiata crushed the Soso king, Samungaru Kunte, and forged a foundation of Mali. Under his leadership, the Mandinka people united into an empire that would soon stretch across the savannas and deserts of West Africa. From its capital at Niani, Mali expanded into one of the largest empires in African history. Control of the Niger River gave it power over trade. Salt from the Sahara, gold from the Bambuk and Bure mines, ivory, and slaves. Cities like Timbuktu and Gao flourished as centers of commerce and learning. Then came Musa Keita, better known as Mansa Musa. Ascending the throne in 1312, Musa inherited an empire at its height. But he transformed it into a legend. His army secured trade routes, his administrators brought stability, and his devotion to Islam would soon make him known across continents. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on his famous Hajj to Mecca. His caravan reportedly included 60,000 people, 12,000 slaves, and camels carrying hundreds of pounds of pure gold. Everywhere he went, Cairo, Medina, Mecca, he spent lavishly, gifting gold to the poor and building mosques. The spectacle was so immense that news of his wealth spread to Europe, where cartographers place a golden-crowned Musa on the Catalan Atlas, one of the most famous medieval maps. But Musa's generosity had unintended consequences. In Cairo, he gave away so much gold that the metal's value plummeted, causing an economic crisis that lasted years. Musa had proven Mali's wealth to the world, but at a heavy cost. Mansa Musa's wealth was only part of Mali's legacy. He established mosques, libraries, and schools, including the University of Sankore in Timbuktu, which became one of the world's greatest centers of learning. Scholars, poets, and jurists came from across Africa and the Middle East to study here. After Musa's reign, Mali declined under internal conflict and foreign invasions. By the late 1500s, it had lost much of its power to the Songhai Empire. But the memory of its glory and the legend of its wealth lived on. The Mali Empire was more than a story of riches. It was a story of unity, faith, knowledge, and influence. In today's world, Mali reminds us that Africa has always been central to global history, shaping economies and ideas long before colonialism. So, when we hear the name Mansa Musa, we should not only think of gold. We should think of the empire behind him, the lost civilization that proved Africa was never forgotten, but essential to the world's story.